So if we filter out only the energy stocks, okay, and we look at the highest score, we see that ExxonMobil scores the highest out of all the energy stocks here in our sector. The next number we have here is actually a number that's not quite working right now because it depends on all the other numbers here in the column, and we don't have any numbers there. But this is basically a balance sheet score. It tells us how this company scores relative to the other balance sheets of the companies in the sector. All right. The next number we have here is the percentage of the price of the stock away from its 1-year high. Okay, so every stock has a 1-year high and a 1-year low as far as price goes, and what that means is the highest price that this stock price has ever been to it is currently 12% away from that number. The next one is the lowest price for the year, and currently our sample stock is 19% above that low number. And what this helps us do is just understand where the stock is relative to its lowest point and its highest point. As we see here, some of the other companies in the sector are almost 30% away from its high, but 53% away from its low. And so what that tells us is that this company has a very large range from its high and its low. And typically a company that has a very large range means that the price has moved quite a bit over the year, which means it's typically a very volatile stock. At the same time, we see a stock here that is 90% away from its low, but 19% away from its high. And what that typically means is we have a stock that has basically skyrocketed away from its lowest point and has probably pulled back just a little bit, because once a stock price gets so high, there's a lot of people that want to sell the stock for a profit. And typically these are stocks that we may want to take a look at and get into, because they're probably really great companies and have moved up very fast for a very good reason. Of course, there are other factors to consider in this, but this is just what this these particular two columns calculate. All right. So back to our sample stock here. The next column is alpha. Okay, and alpha is calculated differently all across the financial spectrum, so I won't dwell on what the standard definition is. I'll just tell you what my alpha calculates. And my alpha calculates the stock's performance, okay, relative to the Dow when the Dow is moving up. So when the Dow moves up 5%, this particular stock on average only moves up roughly 2.8%. Okay, that's what this number means. Just looking at some of the other numbers here, this one is actually the highest in the sector at a -1%. And just for comparison, what that means is that when the Dow moves up 5%, this stock on average moves up 4%. Okay, that's what that means. The next column we have here is up, what's what I call up move and down move. All right, and what this really means is, and first I'll tell you the technical term for this is going to be a MACD. There are some other financial ratios and formulas that calculate this kind of stuff. The MACD is the most common one. You'll hear it on a lot of the talk shows and financial magazines and things of that nature. But mine is calculated again a little bit different from those. What it means for me is this is going to calculate the momentum of the stock. Okay, and what that means is that when there's a lot of activity in that stock, means there's a lot of people trading in and out, they're buying and selling, they're putting in a lot of orders. Okay, so when there's a lot of activity in this stock, 19% of the time that activity moved the stock higher. All right, conversely, when there's a lot of activity in the stock, 69% of the time it moved the stock lower. And there are a lot of reasons why this takes place. Sometimes what happens is you have a company that's doing so well that there are more people willing to sell the company for profit, or sell the company betting that the price will go down. Then you have people that are buying into the stock, betting on the price to go up because maybe the price is already high, right? So there's a lot of reasons for this to happen. There's also some just bad companies out there where everyone is betting on these companies to fail. So when there's a lot of activity in those stocks, the price is always moving down. And so again, we have to take these calculations in concert with other formulas and calculations to make our determination. But again, this is just one calculation that helps with that.